I'm here with Andreas of Cabal to talk about everything Rots out April 11th on Nuclear Blast. Always a blast to see you and to get some new Cabal music in our ears. So how's things going?
Pretty good. We've just been super busy gearing up to the release. Also, gotta correct you. We moved the release to the 21st of March, actually. Recent.
It's coming earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That, that's good.
yeah. People were pushing for it, and we have everything ready. So Nuclear asked us if we were down to just release it a bit before. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
Wow. Normally albums get postponed or delayed. You don't see
Yeah,
many ones being pushed forward. So that's good news. So comes
yeah.
out March 21st. All right, perfect. So let's start off by talking about this album. For those that haven't heard the album, for those that perhaps just picked up the singles, what can you tell fans when it comes to the expectations of this record? What is this record going to deliver?
Uh, I would say it's kind of like us at our most like abrasive and aggressive. Um, It's it has like some I would call like slightly industrial vibes. It's a little more. Some of it is kind of like a bit more stripped back as well. I think it's how I've always wanted Cabal to sound, and I feel like we finally actualized how I want us to sound. So I'm really excited for people to hear this album.
It's funny the way you're describing it because I've always felt like you guys were super aggressive. So if you're turning the super aggressive knob all the way to 11, you better watch out. The record is going to come and destroy everybody.
We'll try our best to at least.
Well, when you look at the band's, this is the band's fourth record. So when you look at the progression and evolution of the band, if you have to pick one thing, what would you say it's been the biggest aspect of growth as a band, as a collective?
Uh, I think we're just way more in tune with what we like now, where everybody is on the same page as well. We are around, I think a very important aspect is that since we wrote our first song, we played 450, maybe 500 shows. So we've gathered a lot of experience, like we are a band that's very centered around playing live. And now I think we've kind of like figured out what works for us live and kind of like try to structure our songs around that a little bit more. That makes sense.
Yeah, so do you feel then that playing live has improved the band's sound a lot more than perhaps working in the studio and finessing with little things?
Yeah, definitely. I think or at least it's giving us this perspective of what feels like, because there's like two different things. Something can be really fun to do in a studio setting and be kind of cool there. And then once you go out and actually play it in front of a crowd, you're like, actually, this doesn't really feel the way I hoped it would. And now, like at first, when you don't have a lot of life experience, you're kind of just guessing. But then once you start playing a fuck ton of shows, you have real life experience that you can take with you to the songwriting, and I think that's what happened now.
What about you, your own personal development as not only as a singer but as a frontman? Because you have technically two roles. You got to sing and you're the frontman. So how has been your development? Has the live experience also helped you in that?
Yeah, I think like lyrically, it made me kind of like be a bit more direct. I just found out like that those little like things that aren't as convoluted and stuff. Usually, I can see people mouthing along to or yelling along to those parts. So I'm like, oh, actually, maybe that's something I should lean more into. Um, yeah, and also, I just feel more confident as a singer, if you want to call it that.
Oh,
Now,
you're a
like,
singer. Like you have great
yeah,
pipes. I couldn't do what you do. So I mean I sing in the shower, but I couldn't bring
you can yell.
forward. I couldn't do what you do. That is for sure. Do you find this record because of that more aggressive sound, because of that more intense experience? Was this record also more intense for you when it came down to the vocals?
Oh yeah, but I feel like I've done that with all the rig. I try to push myself as far as I can go, like delivery wise. Actually, maybe I say I focused a bit more on enunciation on this one, while still trying to go super hard. But I know that's my biggest problem as also as like my like English isn't my native language. So kind of like making sure that it's intelligible has always been one of my biggest issues because I'm like, oh fuck, I don't even speak this language, and I'm like making all this weird sounds trying to.
It's like, it's important that even though the vocals come across very harsh and heavy, I need to at least say the words properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Kudos to you, man, because a lot of guys would be like, who cares? Nobody understands what I'm saying anyways. I can just freaking
No,
mumble it.
yeah, but I kind of want like that's also the thing. If you write some lyrics and you're sitting there thinking like, oh, this is actually really some pretty cool lyrics, it would be cool if people understood what I was saying.
It's true. Otherwise, you could just put some letters together and nobody would know the difference.
Yeah.
You talked about live being a frontman. If I was starting my own band, Cabal TO, like for Toronto, like my own version of Cabal, what advice would you give me in order to be a good frontman outside of the singing, just from a frontman standpoint?
I think there's like a lot of different approaches. I think mine is just being pretty straightforward. I'm like when we started out, we were trying to do this whole mysterious thing. I was wearing this big ass hoodie. You couldn't really see me. I wasn't speaking between the songs. And now I feel like we just kind of scrapped all that and be like, hey, we're just a bunch of dudes who like really heavy music. And so we're kind of like, I'll just talk to the crowd. If something funny happens, I'll address it. I like that kind of sense of it's called like not immediacy, but just kind of like the sense of just
Being in the
some people
moment.
like yeah, exactly,
Yeah, just take in and then give back out.
exactly.
Have you crowd surfed from the stage at any point in time? Because I feel like
Oh,
that.
I had a bunch of times.
I totally feel like that's your vibe. Like,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
song is really hyped. I'm gonna do some crowd surfing and singing while crowd surfing.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've done that a lot of times. It used to be like a staple in some of the songs that was like a certain part I would always like jump onto the crowd. And I still do that every now and then. I've also gotten a little bit heavier with the years, so I also gotta be a little bit more careful with the people in front.
A disclaimer, like, I need some bodybuilders in the front rows to.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so you gotta make sure it's the right people in the front row when you jump on them. Like, I don't want to crush somebody.
You also don't want to get hurt. I mean, you're on a
No,
tour, you got other shows to
yeah.
play. It's a tough thing. I saw once, I'm not going to name the band because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I saw once a dude try to do what you do, like jump from the stage to crowd surf. And he was a big dude, so he didn't go very far. And then he was so big that he couldn't jump over the railing to get back on stage.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. He was stuck in the crowd like for two songs because he couldn't get over the railing.
Oh, he didn't think that one through.
Yeah, totally not. Totally not. When I saw him getting ready to jump, I'm like, dude, I don't know if these people here can hold this kind of heaviness. And I don't mean the music,
Yeah,
I mean the heaviness of the singer. So it's funny
yeah,
it's funny that you think about that.
yeah. I'm like because it's not like that I'm fat or anything, but I lift a lot of weights. I weigh just shy of like 90 kilos, so which isn't like super heavy, but it's not super light either. So if I jump on you and you're not ready or you're not like able to carry that, you might get hurt. Like if I land on you, so I'm conscious of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's very, very nice of you. Very Canadian of you. I mean, I didn't know the Danish were Canadians when it came to like really considerate of others and worry
Yeah,
about the well-being of others.
we're a pretty polite kind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just make
Yeah,
sure you keep Greenland. Whatever you do, just make sure you.
yeah, dude. He's Orange Man is not getting it. And the thing is, it's not even ours. Greenland is its own sovereign. That's just the weirdest thing in this debate. He wants to buy a place that we can't sell because it's not our. It's just like it's his own. Like it's his own country. It's just kind of like connected to them. It's so weird.
That whole thing is so weird. Have you guys ever
Yeah.
played in Greenland?
No, we haven't. I don't even know if they really have a metal scene up there.
I don't
I,
know if they have people. I know they have people, but I'm
yeah,
sure they don't have like big cities. Like,
no, not really. My
yeah,
dad used to live there when he was a teen. I think he told us like 50,000 people there in total or something like that.
wow, that's not a lot.
It's no, it's a really like most of the like of the land is inhabitable. It's just like glaciers and stuff. So there's only like small spots you can actually live in.
I think you guys should do a music video there.
Oh, that'd be sick
Yeah, then
and
because
fun
everybody goes to Iceland and does those music videos on those the
in the
black sand
mountains.
beaches. Yeah, but I think you guys need to take a step further. Go to Greenland. Is the next one over? Go to
Do it
Greenland.
in the snow.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck. Dude, that'd
it'd
be
be
so
sick though.
cold. It would be sick, but I'm also like, oh my God, I'm gonna like my limbs are gonna fall off.
Uh, Everything Rots has a great sound to it. How was the production and the pre-production going into this record? Did you guys change anything?
No, actually, not. We kind of been doing the same formula ever since we started. So basically, when it comes to like recording and mixing mastering, Cabal is a DIY band. It's our guitarist Chris who records and mixes and masters everything. Um, so what normally happens is just he'll write some demos. I'll this time around I was also a lot more involved in like the instrumental writing. So I was like sitting next to him, being the annoying guy, going like, "Can you make the guitar say bam, bam, bam?"
Very technical. Can you make the guitar go bang bang? Like,
Yeah, exactly. I can't play guitar for shit, so I'll just have to mouth the rhythms I want. I'm like, "Oh, make it do that," and help out with structures and stuff. But yeah, me and him was working on a lot of demos, sending to the other guys. The other guys were giving inputs, and once we kind of like had stuff we felt we were like satisfied with, we headed it to the studio, recorded everything, and then we went through everything again, like as a group, and like corrected whatever we felt like wasn't working. Yeah, that's which is like this. That's the way we've been doing it since day one. Uh,
so what this tells me is that you guys are better on album four than you were on album one because album four sounds a lot
oh
better,
yeah,
like a lot better. Like you guys have
yeah,
really improved and honed in on what the Cabal sound is.
yeah, definitely. Also, Chris has been like evolving a lot. He is like a full-time producer when he's not doing Cabal. So we can definitely tell that every Cabal record sounds better and better because he is like it'll be 2 years between each record, 2 years of him producing music. So he is constantly evolving as a producer as well as a songwriter, as well as we are as musicians. So I kind of like this thing that you can kind of like go back and listen to the EP and then follow the progression, both in like how the songs sound, like songs like structured, but also how like the production is because production is also made by us.
Yeah, yeah, it's really nice to see that sense of growth from record to record. You guys have a bunch of features on this album. How is it for
Yes.
you when it comes to the features? It's like, okay, I have these buddies of mine that I want to have on some tracks, or when you're putting the songs together, you're like, man, this dude on this track would be absolutely amazing. How does it work?
A little bit of both. Like, luckily, we are now in a position where a lot of the people, like when we started out, where we're like, oh, it would be crazy if we could get this guy on, are now our buddies. So we still like it's this weird thing of being like, oh, this guy here would be fucking crazy, and now it's like, but he's my friend, so I'll just text him, be like, hey, do you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It definitely makes things a lot easier for the collaborations and how you guys put things together. Do you have a favorite
yeah.
song, either lyrically or vocally, on this record that you cannot wait to play it to make it a part of your set list going forward?
I think the title track, Everything Rots, is one of my favorites. It's just I'm really excited to play it live just because the breakdown on it is one of the craziest ones on the record, in my opinion. I really like the lyrics I wrote for it. And I grew up in like the hardcore and punk scene, and this song leans very like heavily into like kind of some like super like almost beat downy hardcore roots. So which I'm really excited about.
I'm excited to see you guys live at some point in time too. I know you guys tour a lot. I've seen you guys in Toronto, but that was really early in your
That
career. You
that
guys,
was 5 years ago.
yeah, really early in your career. You guys were playing at the Rock Pile.
Yeah, yeah.
I only went there because of you guys. Like I really
Oh
just
hell yeah.
wanted to see you guys play. Because I really wanted to check out the band. I think at the time you guys were with Long Branch Records, if I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
mistaken.
we were. That was yeah, again, that's half of our existence ago.
Yeah,
Us-
that's what I'm saying.
uh,
It's a long time ago.
yeah,
And but since then, you guys have been on incredible tour packages. You guys have been on some really massive tours with massive bands. Is there any band out there that you haven't toured with yet that you would be like, man, I would totally be down with doing some touring with these guys?
there's so many. I think one of the big ones for us would be like a band like Slipknot, just because their first record, especially for me and Chris. So like these Iowa and the self-titled one were like one of the reasons why we got into metal, which is also like there's some inspiration from those records on the new stuff as well, more than ever. But yeah, I think that would kind of be the dream tour. Also, Kublai Khan is my like newer favorite band, so
Mine
touring with them
too.
would yeah, it's so fun good, dude.
Dude, they're sick. They're sick.
Yeah, so I think touring with them would be like also a bit more realistic than Slipknot.
Hey, shoot for the stars, man. Shoot for the stars. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be on the next Knotfest tour. You just never know. In North America, the last Knotfest tour had Orbit Culture and
Oh
Not
yeah,
Break.
yeah.
So look at those guys from Orbit Culture. Like they also had those
Yeah.
dreams. You just never know.
No, they're crushing it all culture right now.
Yeah. And Kublai Khan, I saw them in Toronto with Sanguisugabog, Whitechapel, and Lorna Shore.
Oh,
And
how was that?
I must say, anybody that comes after Kublai Khan, Texas, they have a lot of work to do because
Oh yeah, dude. I
they're
would definitely
nuts.
prefer. I would prefer to just open for them. I don't want to play after. Oh my God.
It's tough to come after them. It's really tough, like really tough. It was a great tour, and I'm with you. Kublai Khan is such a great live band.
Yeah, there's also a band like I love their music on record, like obviously, but I think that their music is like made for the live setting,
A
and
hundred.
I haven't gotten to see them live yet.
Oh,
Dude,
I've
they,
never met the singer of the band, but I feel like if I need a personal trainer in the gym, I want him.
yeah,
Because
dude, him,
he puts you like he was nuts, like just nuts. I think you guys, your vibe and their vibe would be a perfect tour package together because I see a lot of similarities in terms of your energy and intensity on stage. So definitely I would love to see you guys playing or doing a tour with Kublai Khan, Texas.
same.
Once again, we're throwing the good vibes out there, and let's hope that something happens. Maybe they'll watch the video or something. It's like, hey, let's get these guys on the next tour. I think you guys would crush it with those guys. Uh,
Dude,
Speaking of touring, any plans for 2025 now that the album is coming out? What are you guys planning on doing?
so far we have a tour with a Caliban in Heart's Wake and Assemble the Chariots, all over Europe in April, kind of like a month after the album comes out. Then we have a bunch of European festivals, and then we have some more stuff I can't talk about yet. Some really cool stuff.
Are you coming
For
without saying anything much? Are you planning on coming back to North America in 2025?
we really want to, so we're working on it. We have a bunch of stuff in the works for the fall that I can't really lift the lid on yet, but
But that tour
fingers
with
crossed.
Taliban is massive. That's a great
Yeah.
lineup.
Oh yeah, we're really excited about it. I saw Caliban play my hometown in 2005, I think, when I was like 14.
Wow,
I was yeah,
I've never seen them live, but I saw the dudes from Assemble the Chariots in Finland last year.
yeah.
Great show. They played a great show. They played a festival that I was at. They filled in last minute. I can't remember what band couldn't make it due to Necrogoblikon.
Okay,
Necrogoblikon.
yeah.
They canceled because they couldn't get the flights to get there, and Assemble the Chariots came in to fill in. Great show, great band.
Well, hell yeah, I'm excited. Like, I'm just excited for this tour. I think it's gonna crush.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Great lineup. Great lineup. Last question for you has nothing to do with music, but it has to do with the fact that you are from Denmark. Do you live in Copenhagen?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I'm coming to Copenhagen in April. I'm actually going to be in Denmark for a week. I'm going to Epic Fest and
Oh,
Roskilde.
dude, I'm gonna be there.
You're going?
I'm shooting some video for Jotun, a Danish band I've made some music videos for.
You've made music videos for them?
Yeah. So the last couple of videos for the last record is me and my friend Jacob who did them.
Holy shit!
Yeah, the one with the red lights and stuff
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
us, and the ones of them playing out in the forest is also us.
Wow, I didn't know that. I'm a huge fan of that band too. So,
Oh hell
no,
yeah!
I was going to ask you like if you can give me some hints on what to do in Copenhagen because we're going to be at the festival, but then we're going to spend I think 3 days in Copenhagen just doing some sightseeing. We're thinking of going to check out the football team, the stadium, do a stadium tour and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anything you recommend?
Do you like food?
Look at my face.
There's a lot of good like places to go out and eat. We have uh, we have a place. It's a little pricey, but it's supposed to be some of the best pizzas in Europe. A place called Best, like the band.
The
It's
band's name, Baest.
yeah. It's also a pizza place called the same thing. That makes like these crazy sourdough pizzas with every like homemade mozzarella, stracciatella, all that stuff. Like kind of pricey, but also some of the best pizza you'll probably have in your life. So
I guess we're going to be going there. Man, I'm really
yeah,
excited now. I'm not only going to there to see a bunch of great bands play, we get to hang out for a bit.
yeah, hell yeah, man. We'll have a few beers, shoot the shit.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be amazing. Hey, maybe we'll do some stage diving together.
Oh, we can try. It's gonna. I think it should be doable because yeah, I think this tickets are selling really well for it.
Yeah, I think they only have 15% unsold, so they're like at
Yeah, it's gonna
85%
sell out.
sold. It's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. Yeah. So we're all going to be there. And you know what's good too for us is that, I've also been going to the gym, so I've been putting on some muscle. But I feel like the power metal, epic metal people tend to be a little bit bigger. So
Yeah,
if we jump on top of them,
they can carry us.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's like nothing. For them, it's like nothing. Like
Yeah, just big Vikings.
yeah, exactly. They're all like burly men and burly women. They'll be fine. The metalcore,
Yeah,
deathcore crowd tends to be a little bit skinnier. So
yeah.
so I think we're better off with the power metal crowd. This is amazing. I'm so excited, dude. I'll be
Oh
seeing
yeah,
you
man.
there.
Definitely, man.
All right, Andreas, thank you very much for your time, man. This was an absolute blast as always. So we'll talk more there because by then the record
Yeah,
will be out. So
yeah,
we can talk more about the album. Maybe we'll do another one of these chats if you're down with that.
yeah. Definitely down.
Okay, perfect. We'll do that, and I'll see you then. Take care, man.
Hell yeah. Take care, man. See you in a month or so.
Yeah, in about a month. Yeah.